As you can see from the video, my boys, who are professional downhill mountain bike racers, do things on their bikes that are not only exciting, but also extremely dangerous. Downhill racing is considered an extreme sport for good reason, and as you can see from Caleb's crash, the likelihood of getting injured in a race or in a training event is just part of the sport. After a crash like this and a clear break, the question is, do you plate or not plate the broken bone? But how do you decide? Who do you trust? How can you be certain? The trauma surgeon who reviewed Caleb's injury recommended surgery to plate the break. When Caleb asked if he didn't get the plate, the surgeon informed him that there was about a 5 to 10% chance of a non-union, that the break wouldn't align properly. The surgeon indicated, since Caleb was young and in great physical health, that the percentage of non-union could be even lower. Caleb asked countless questions and talked about the procedure and learned that the plate wouldn't necessarily speed up the recovery. It might enable him to start moving and using his arm more quickly. Now, Caleb's questions also revealed that the plate would have to be removed and would take another 4 to 6 weeks of recovery before he could train after having the plate removed, because the screw holes in his bones would need to heal. The surgeon saw that Caleb wasn't convinced that surgery would help him. So he said he would schedule Caleb for surgery the next day and let Caleb know that when he got the phone call from the hospital that evening to confirm the time for surgery, Caleb could agree or not agree to go ahead with the surgery. Caleb had the rest of the day to make up his mind. During this time, Caleb had been texting a couple of his buddies who had a similar injury to get their input. He searched a few of the medical databases when we got home, and we found several articles that compared the plate fixation versus the non-surgical treatments, and found that while surgery helped people become more mobile initially, that within 6 to 20 weeks, the outcomes were the same. He also found that the risk of non-union was 3 to 5%, but the risk of complications from surgery was over 31%. And considering that a second surgery to have the plate removed meant that the odds of complications actually doubled. Throughout this entire process, Caleb asked question after question, and when he finally decided it would be better to not have surgery, he explained to me why. The only advantage to surgery is that there is the potential of having more mobility a week or so after surgery. There's also slightly better improvement on the odds of preventing a non-union. However, the disadvantages of surgery is the 32% chance of complications from the initial surgery, and again from the second surgery to remove the plate. The other major disadvantage is that there is a 6-week recovery period with the first surgery and another 6-week recovery period after the plate is removed, because the holes from the screws need to grow in. Caleb concluded the surgery twice would also extend his recovery period from 4 weeks to 12 weeks. Now, it's been 2 weeks since Caleb decided to not have the surgery, and he is convinced he made the right decision. So am I. Now, as I look back on this experience, I see where a life immersed in authentic projects and the ability to ask question after question equipped Caleb to deal with this potentially life-changing situation. Caleb didn't look to the surgeon or to me, his father, for answers. Rather, he questioned everything. He questioned the surgeon, his father, his friends, the research, and even himself. He used all of us as a sounding board to reason through his thinking. Through all his questions, he was able to explore the entire situation and took full ownership of his decision. I'm quite confident that my boys will be able to handle anything life throws at them, because they've spent their entire young lives working through real-world projects, solving authentic problems. When I think back on the events of the last few weeks, I'm sure glad that we focused on authentic learning opportunities and didn't just focus on preparing Caleb for the test. Are you preparing your learners for real life or just for the test?